Okay, so this might hurt some feelings, but guess what? The black people living in the Americas are the chosen people of God.
Now let me say something right quick. I think back on the African American people in America. I think how that they were taken against their wills, put in the belly of ships, brought over here, beat, cussed. Many of them died in the guts of those ships, thrown overboard. They were pulled from families over there. When you've experienced hell, it comes out of the voice. I said, when you experience hell, it comes out of the voice. If you're one of those people that you got problem with black people or whatever, you better shut your mouth, because they're God's people.
Greetings to everyone. Welcome to Red Ninja Network. I'm Mr. Red. Now, I saw this video by the channel Civic Trends Uncut, and I've seen a couple clips here and there about white pastors, white people actually telling the truth about the real history of black people in this country, and them exposing that, even exposing to the level that black people are the chosen people of God. Now, I know that might be tough to hear, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there was an article that came out recently talking about how people like Pete Hegseth are white nationalists. And what they want to do is they want to make this country a white nationalist country, even though the founding fathers were against this sort of thing, because they saw too often how religion was able to control and sway governments. Now, white nationalists are going to tell you that this country was founded on Christian values. No, this country was founded on religious freedom and religious tolerance. And separation between church and state is a big tenet of the Constitution. But if you listen to the people that are in this country who are evangelicals, they are the ones who voted en masse for Trump. So we're going to look at a few more clips from Civic's Trend Uncut. And there's something in this video that I'm going to show you that is going to absolutely shock you when I tell you the irony in what you're watching. We have much to discuss. Let's strap in. Let's get after it.
I know some of you was raised in the deep South and you was raised by prejudiced people and bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here. And God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. You watch what I
tell you. Yo. I never thought that I would hear somebody talking about God recompensing black people for all of the troubles and the trauma and the systematic destruction of our race. Listen, I have to ask you a question. How is it that we are doing better, but we're actually doing worse now? How is that even possible? How is it that we're 70 years, 60 years post the civil rights movement and we're doing worse? Trump has come along and pretty much eliminated a bunch of black people out of their positions. Black unemployment is almost at like 8+%. Nobody can find a job right now. And the people that think that it's not going to happen to them, so they ignore it, they don't understand that AI is coming for their jobs too. We're just the first ones that have to experience this. And if you do believe in the Bible and you think that God's looking out for me and mine, I want you to realize that when you go and start reading Revelation, you'll realize that the people at the end were ignorant. Even when presented with the truth, they couldn't change their minds. Who does that sound like? Sounds like MAGA. Sounds like the people over in It's Not Real. Why is it that the world looks down upon one race of people? Why is it that they look down the most at black people? Why? Why is this even a thing? You gotta ask yourself, if there's this much effort to put down one race of people, think about what happened in the Bible to God's people and how they were put asunder. And you don't see the parallels? If you call yourself a Christian, that should put a chill up your spine. Because that means any evil that you've recompensed upon black people or the ignorance of ignoring them, you face judgment. You face your own God's judgment. Remember, he said, when you do it to the least amongst you, you do it to me. You believe God is going to bless you when you have that hate and evil in your heart? You all are a bunch of heathens, and you can't even follow or understand your own doctrine. You only understand your own hate and ignorance.
So here's a water bottle. I haven't opened it. It's got water in it. And if you guys could get a close-up of that water bottle so everybody can see it, every campus. Okay, so let's see, there we go. All right, so what do you see on that? What word do you see? Ozarka. Everyone see that? Okay, I don't see that. I don't see the word Ozarka is not on this side. I see the words born naturally, and then I see some words that are too small to read. Okay, but we're looking at the same bottle, right? Everyone, right? But I'll never see what you see unless I take the time to walk around the bottle and look at it from your perspective. Are you following me? So we have a problem in our country mainly because white people don't understand. It's really true. And we need to take the time to walk around the issue and see what our brothers and sisters are seeing and see what they're feeling. But we'll never know unless we ask. Instead of simply arguing about a protest or a demonstration or something like that, why don't we sit down and say, what are you hearing? What are you seeing? What do you feel?
Now, the ironic part about this man right here, okay? The ironic part about what he's saying is that though what he's saying is true, too many people have blinders on. They can only see the things from their perspective, and they only care about life from their perspective. Fair enough. But they don't have empathy enough to say, why is this many people saying that this thing is wrong or saying that they're going through this oppression? Instead of sitting there and saying, hey, why don't y'all shut up about protesting, even though it's supposed to be their right in the United States, is it not? Isn't it supposed to be a free country for you to protest? Is this not what the founding fathers wanted? And if you can't agree upon that, then you don't agree with the Constitution, which means that you are not American. But let's get back to this. This same man who can sit here and speak truth, this pastor, was arrested for looking at images of children. He is now in jail because he liked little kids. Now, why am I telling you this? His message was on point. But what's starting to happen is these men who are supposed to be prayer leaders of the Republican Party, more and more we're starting to see more of these people get arrested. The reason why MAGA cannot see past Trump is because a lot of them are in support of these behaviors. A lot of them probably engage in some of these behaviors. Look up the show on YouTube, Soft White Underbelly. These people are sleeping with each other. There's a reason why this is so prolific, that there's hundreds of terabytes of, we only have a small 2-3% of the Epstein files. Because if we knew what was really in them, we would see that this is systematic amongst people just like this. This man who said something very profound. Yet at the same time, these people are sick. These people endanger their own families. They will give up their kids to be a part of something like in Epstein's camp. They'll sell out their families. Many of them have people that touch kids in their families. Yet, they will be quick to tell you that you're the savage. Make sure you go over to this channel, Civic Trends Uncut. It's a growing channel. just like this is a growing channel, please go support. I'll put a link to this video down in the description. Listen, we know that black people have been systematically treated wrong in this country. We know that black people have been through a lot, and we currently see the evil that has been perpetrated upon black people since Donald Trump has been in office again. America is not going great for anyone. Let's be real. Everything is higher. There's a reason why Donald Trump wants to avoid affordability. Why he brags on gas prices that they're the lowest they've ever been and since before Biden. But now he's telling you, well, scratch that. They're up, but they're not that bad. You'll be fine. This man says whatever he needs to in order for you to believe it. So a few pastors coming out exposing what we know to have already been true as black people doesn't sway it. When those exact same pastors are out here diddling kids. They are the original diddlers. I can't imagine now what they did to the Native Americans and to the first black people that came here. Unimaginable horrors that we as black people have already been taught about. If you're not black, you know there's a semblance of truth to what I'm talking about. But I don't want you to take it from me. I want you to hear from another source.
You know, I'll never forget the day a white buddy of mine said black people don't deserve equality because they could never get enough. And that's true. White people are actually scared of equality. That's just how racist we are as a people. And it's not just that one person. White culture in general. Probably I would say most white people, when they hear the word equality, they fear that white people will be oppressed because brown, black, and indigenous people might actually get what's fair and just. That's just how racist we are. And we're so obsessed with the idea of not having equality in America for black, brown, and indigenous people that we don't have health care, that we don't have economic equality. We don't have reasonable gun laws. Our liberties are being stripped because we have a fascist, racist, white supremacist regime in office because we are so scared of equality. We're so scared that black and brown folks might become the majority one day.
It's a quick reminder for all those on this rapture talk thinking that they're going to be raptured. First off, just that idea, the ego involved in that idea alone, if there was such thing as a rapture, which there isn't because it's not in the Bible whatsoever. Okay, but just the ego involved in the videos you guys are making talking about you're about to be raptured, no. No. You can't take ego with you. Like, you have to shed that before you can even be considered for rapture. Okay, and second, Revelations 14:4 tells you exactly who the 144,000 are, the chosen ones, God's chosen ones. 14:4, they were purchased from among men. They were purchased from among men and are the only ones that know how to sing the song of the 144,000. They were purchased from among men. They are the ancestors of slavery. Black Americans.
Stay vigilant, stay engaged, stay revolutionary.